Hey guys, Katie here with For the Love of Leftovers. In this video, I am taking you through everything we bought in the month of February for groceries and grocery-like items. We don't separate our items based on, toiletries, things like that. It's all lumped into our grocery budget, and I know not everyone does that, but that's what we do. So in this video, you're gonna see just showing you like all the things, giving you the prices, and then at the end, giving you the total for what we spent this month for our family of 8 here in the state of Maine. Okay, this is our second grocery haul of the month. And as you can see, there's a lot of snacks. Our last grocery haul was a lot of convenience food. We needed quite a bit of toiletries for this haul. And all the snacks are kind of more Super Bowl related. My kids asked for very specific things. And then some of them, it was like a mix and match, so you got a discount by getting a little bit more. Okay, we'll start down here. I did get some cheese because my daughter has been asking for mac and cheese, and my son likes homemade mac and cheese. And these were some pretty large blocks, so I did get some cheddar, Colby Jack, and then some sliced Havarti. I do like this every now and then. I'm not a super fan of American cheese. I like deli American cheese. So this is kind of like the next closest thing, in my opinion. Got some broccoli florets. If you've been following the issue with broccoli at Walmart, don't get those ones. But these ones here at BJ's, just fine. And I've been craving some roasted broccoli. So this is going to end up being probably my lunch for the week. Speaking of lunch and snacks, we got some prosciutto wrapped mozzarella. These are for my husband. Those are his snacks of choice. And then these 5 cheese tortellini. If you head over to fortheloveofleftovers.com, I have a couple really good recipes. One of them being a buffalo chicken dip tortellini like soup. And holy moly, so good. Go check that out. I also have a caprese skillet with 5 cheese tortellini. Again, super good, delicious. So those will probably be on our menu plan. We did need some butter. So this is our family butter. This is what we have because this is what the baby can have. But I do need actual unsalted real butter sometimes for making cookies or cheesecakes, things like that. And with Valentine's Day coming up, I do plan to make some cookies for the kids' classes. So we're going to use real butter for that. I did get another bag of these ciabatta rolls. I really need to learn to make them because they were a hit for the past week. So I did get some more. Along those lines, I did take advantage of the $2 off coupon that is still available at BJ's, and it applied to this one as well. So even though I used it last week, they still applied it to that. So we got some more flour at a discount. Over here, we've got barbecue sauce, hot honey, and basil pesto. This is a must-have for my husband. This, I totally got swindled. All the culinary ideas were coming to me when I saw this, and I was like, you know what? Yes, let's get that. And then barbecue sauce. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to our either pantry or fridge in the past few months and been like, oh, I need barbecue sauce, and didn't have it. So tonight, finally remembered. Soppressata salami. So last grocery haul, as you'll remember, I got some of that and had to get some more because we can go through these super quick. Kielbasa. So we haven't had kielbasa in a really long time. We have a bunch of pork from my parents, but nothing is in casings. But I do remember one of my kids, especially, really liking these. So if I can get my kids to be eating this, then that would be fantastic. And these are really great for sheet pan dinners. So I think maybe in another video, we're going to do some either sheet pan dinners or one pot dinners using this kielbasa. Had to get some more pot stickers because we did use up our convenience food haul pot stickers. So I made sure to replenish that. As you can hear, I'm still not 100%, and you know, life be lifing. So we need to have those on hand. These are amazing. Love them. Far worth it. Get these. Forget the actual avocados. Just get that. This time we got 2 bags of Honeycrisp apples because 1 bag lasts us about 2 days. Got some mozzarella again. Got this one. This one had a coupon, so that's why I got this one. But honestly, I think it's actually cheaper going to Hannaford and getting the huge bag. This right here was a wish I didn't get it. So this might go to school with one of the kids because that was an impulse purchase on my end, and I've been regretting it ever since. I don't want the red dye. It doesn't taste as good as it smells, you know what I mean? So these will probably go to school with the kids and they can share them there just so I don't eat them. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. This was one of the requested items for Super Bowl. We've got powdered sugar because of all the cookies that I have planned to make. We did get 3 bundles of bananas, and they're all green, but they'll be yellow in a few days, so that's okay. We've still got a couple bananas on the shelf that the kids can work through first. Okay, and I made sure to get applesauce because I have some egg-free baking in mind, and every time I go to make something egg-free like pancakes, muffins, things like that, I forget that I don't have applesauce. So I am going to make sure to start stocking up on that again. We needed some mayonnaise. I haven't been doing so hot with making our own mayonnaise, so we'll just, you know, that big tub will last us quite a while. One of our non-grocery items is batteries. As you'll see in another video, if it's out already, it'll be up here. If not, then just be sure to check my feed. I have a video coming out about all the things that you're going to want to be stocking up on right now, just with tariffs and things like that. And batteries is one of them. So this is our little, I got a AAA pack the other day. So I just got a AA today, and we'll just get a little bit each time we go. Drink wise, we got some orange juice. We got the baby's milk in a couple varieties. I did get the shelf stable one this time just to start making a stockpile. So baby will be drinking this, and really hopefully for the rest of February, it's going to be very minimal shopping, and this will be one of the things that we have to get weekly. This, I'm hoping that I can keep this stored in a cool, dark place and start a little stockpile of it. Couple of apple juices here because the kids love apple juice. And then I'm going to take you along for the snacks that we got. So we did get, I really like these as far as potato chips go. I either like baked regular potato chips that aren't like super greasy, or I like these sweet potato chips. As you can see, I snacked on them on the way home. Had to get some Cheetos, Smart Food, and nachos are on the docket for tomorrow. Nachos and burgers. I finally got some burger. To go with our burger buns. And then we have this ginormous thing of cheese balls. This is one of my son's things that he earns for doing good during the week. He just gets a little cup of these after school each day. I've got 4 things of bread here. I think in a future video, let me know how you guys feel about this. I think in a future video, I want to start breaking down like when it's cost effective to purchase things like this and when it's cost effective to make them at home. Okay. So like these, ideally one of these is going to go in the freezer. I still have that Dave's Killer Bread in the freezer. So I think one of these is going to go in, And then the other one we will start working through, and that gives me some more time to catch up on making the bread. I really should be making bread daily. So then over here we have paper towels. We have toilet paper. We were like out of both of them. So even though we use microfiber type cloths, I still find it necessary that we have some paper towels. Aluminum foil, we have been out, and I love this particular one because it's super big. This actually fits the width of my sheet pans. One thing that I like to do, I really like stocking up on these non-grocery items. So toothbrushes, toothpaste, even Ziploc bags, things like that. Typically in January, I'll do a stock up and I will buy enough for the year. That hasn't worked out so far, but we are on our last string of toothbrushes. So I wanted to make sure that I had some just, in case. And here we needed some razors, and holy moly, are razors expensive. If you have any ideas on how to cut costs when it comes to razors, leave that down in the comments for me because, oi, I really don't want a subscription-based thing. We've done that before, and while it was cheaper, it's just, I don't want any more subscriptions. I really don't. All right, I have to zoom in a little bit here, but my husband and I did need my daughter and I needed some hair care products, and then my husband needed some body wash. So got those. And then I did get some more convenience food style mac and cheese. So, we can just have that kind of on the shelf on standby. But like I said, I do plan to just make the mac and cheese that my daughter and son have been requesting. Along with the toothbrushes, I also had to get some toothpaste, and I am working on learning about making our own toothpaste and figuring that out using things like activated charcoal and, baking soda peroxide, things like that. But I need some more time to really hone in and save up for the actual ingredients in order to make those things and figure out how it's going to work best for our family. So in the meantime, these are what we have. Any oral hygiene is better than no oral hygiene. And now here is my secret weapon and a pretty decent cost to today's grocery haul. I mean, not crazy, but we don't usually buy this much spices at once. But I did get some salt, sea salt, fine sea salt. I would like to get Redmond sea salt. It just has not been in the budget for how I would like to get it. Black pepper, of course, salt and pepper on anything is pretty much a must-have and really good spices to have. These are my go-to spices here, except for herbs. So I usually would have thyme and oregano, things like that, but I still have some of those, so I didn't stock up on them. But in general, these are my go-to spices. We've got cumin, which can be used for a lot of different ethnic cuisine. Obviously, a big one being Mexican dishes, but like Moroccan dishes and Thai and like all the dishes really, Garlic powder, onion powder, those are both go-to on pretty much everything that we have. We've got paprika and chili powder. Paprika is another one that I use in a lot of things, especially if we're doing any smoked meat out on the Traeger. Paprika and chili powder are likely going to be used. And then we've got some crushed red pepper and Italian seasoning. And so you could just substitute, you could just use this instead of buying oregano and thyme on their own and rosemary and things like that. You could just use that. These two and maybe a little bit of dill can really bring you into a Mediterranean flair. I've done so many variations. This is definitely one of my must-have go-to spices. Use it for Italian, Mediterranean, but you can use this in Mexican food as well because it's got like the oregano. It's just, I love this. This is one of my go-to seasonings, not necessarily the one from McCormick, but this is what they had at BJ's, so that's what we got. Okay, so that was our second grocery haul of February, and to give you a bit of a rundown as far as prices, our subtotal came out to be $707.65, and that's before tax. We do pay 5.5% tax-wise here. This says member savings were $148.98. Coupons redeemed was $42.25. So again, this was a very large haul compared to what I've been doing for quite a while. But I mean, it's all stuff that we needed. Not exactly what I set out for when I actually went grocery shopping today, but all things we needed, all things that will be used. And you can see why I do so many pantry challenges and freezer challenges, because I want to make sure that everything that we buy does not get wasted. It gets used to its fullest.
And here we are, grocery trip number 3. This time we went to Walmart, and I'm just giving you a look at the prices. Things were a little crazy here in February 2025. If you can imagine, egg prices just being absolutely insane. Cheese, of course, gone up. And I feel like this Walmart is always pretty low stock-wise. It did feel a little bit lower than usual, and I don't know if that's just people freaking out and hoarding things, or if I just came on the wrong day, maybe the wrong time of the month. I don't know. But I'm showing you the coconut oil prices right here, because I want to get you thinking about looking at ingredients, especially those that you can bulk up on, especially like coconut oil, and really consider the price of those items per unit. And like with apples here, even though it might look like buying apples in a bag is cheaper, it's not always cheaper. Sometimes it's actually cheaper to purchase them, picking out your own and bagging them yourself. And, you don't end up with bruised apples that way. Also, when you're at the store, be sure to look for any items that are on clearance, like meat. So I wanted that steak below, but I actually ended up with these short ribs because the price was way better, and I knew that I could just cook them low and slow and that they would be perfect. You know what I mean? So look for those simple switches that you can make, whether it's bagging your own apples or getting a different cut of meat that's going to yield a similar flavor and texture.
It's February 12th, and this is our little fill-in grocery haul for the day. And I am planning / hoping this is going to be the last grocery haul for the month. We may have to do another little fill-in one just with some more milk and maybe apples. But otherwise, the budget is gone, so anything else that we need, that's going to be slim pickings, but that means we're going to get creative. We still have a bunch of food in the pantry, just, as far as getting things from the store. Let me show you what we got. So we'll start here. Kids have a snow day tomorrow. I am 99% sure. So I did get 2 things of chicken nuggets for tomorrow for them to have for lunch, and we'll do chicken nuggets and pasta tomorrow. Got some paper plates because we are almost out with all the birthdays we've been having. Sponges were on the list of things that we needed, and my daughter needed an eye patch because we're working on training her lazy eye to not be so lazy. So she needs to have an eye patch, and that just came from the same money. So when I give you the total at the end, I just wanted you to know where some of it came from. And then we have celery here. I am going to be doing a couple of recipes that are going to need celery, and just trying to add a little bit of variety. We have a bunch of carrots still that the kids are having for snacks, and that will be used in dinners and whatnot. And I am going to be trying to eat some more celery as well. Same with spinach. I do have a plan for a chicken, spinach, tomato type of skillet, so we'll use that for a dinner, maybe a couple dinners. I might even use that for some smoothies because we have some frozen bananas. And then I grabbed some lettuce because I need to do better about eating lettuce. So this grocery haul was a little bit more about me than anyone else. Coconut oil, we did need some coconut oil, and that is actually going to be used mostly in my coffee when I can remember, I'm going to try and do the keto coffee. When I can't remember, I did get this delicious Chobani creamer, white chocolate raspberry. They had me with white chocolate raspberry. Gonna give that a shot. Had some kiddos that love chocolate milk. We let them have 1 cup of milk per day. Otherwise, we would be going through an entire gallon every single day. So we let them have 1 cup of milk a day, and sometimes they'll have maple milk or they'll have chocolate milk if we have chocolate. We were out of Worcestershire sauce, so I did get that because this is a staple for things like sloppy joes and even making your own Caesar salad dressing. That comes in handy. They didn't have the big bottles of milk, but this will get us at least a week, or at least to the weekend even, maybe a few days. The baby has 1 or 2 bottles every day of this, and I can certainly start stretching it with giving him more water instead of oat milk. Kids, like I said, needed more regular milk, so got that. Bacon was also on the list, and I got this for a couple recipes that I'm working on in tandem with that celery, with the chicken recipes coming up, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. If it's already up, it'll be up here in the corner. We got some citrus because citrus is at its lowest price right about now because winter is citrus season, so this is what's going to be in abundance at the store. So I did get some of these little cutie oranges, a couple limes, and a couple lemons. Be sure that you're checking prices. Not all the time, apples included in this, and not all the time are bagged produce going to be cheaper than picking your own. So be sure that you're looking and comparing prices when stocking up on these types of items. We've needed limes enough times in the past few weeks that I said I need to get some of that. And I want to be making myself a tea of sorts with lemon and apple cider vinegar, a little bit of cayenne, honey, and hot water, trying to get this bronchitis moving and get out of here. These apples will last probably a couple days. That's about it. That's to be expected for this household. I did get this coconut oil and ghee. Ghee is clarified butter. So in the keto coffees, you usually put coconut oil, ghee, and then some sort of 0-calorie sweetener. I like monk fruit. This is my favorite. This is my favorite low calorie, no calorie sweetener. So I thought instead of using butter and coconut oil individually, I would give this a try and see how this is. So I'll let you know. Next is when I was trying to make a online grocery order for Walmart, I came across this, and I've never seen this before, but this is something I want to try, especially for my littlest. If I can make some strawberry shortcake and put some whipped cream on it, he's literally never had whipped cream. So we're gonna give this a try. Let's see, it's got water, lentil protein, oil, coconut, canola oil, sugar, cornstarch, yeah, a bunch of things that, while this might not be the greatest with the sunflower and those other items in there, there's no milk, there's no egg. So we're gonna give that a try so that he can experience whipped cream. And lastly, I am wanting to eat more meat in the morning especially, and stop relying on bread and carbs, things like that. Well, I'll show you in this clip, in this picture, the price for steak is absolutely insane. However, if you look for these types of cuts, like short ribs, don't knock them till you try them. You can do them in an Instant Pot or in a Dutch oven. These were on sale, and not all of their short ribs were on sale, just these 3 packs. And so I got these 3 packs, as you can see, for, you know, $12, $13. And so this will all cook tomorrow. It'll cook low and slow, and this will probably give me closer to a week worth of breakfast, especially if I pair it with some eggs or make it into like a breakfast burrito with avocado and, you know, doing like a low calorie wrap or something. So pretty excited about this. Short ribs are one of my favorite cuts of meat. They are super tender, and when you cook them right, they are just full of flavor. I would equate this to like pulled pork of beef. Pulled pork is my favorite of pork. It's very tender, very shreddable, super flavorful. I would say that these are, you know, I would equate the two. So I'm pretty excited about that. And so this grocery haul ended up being $176.55, including, you know, the eye patch and all of that. So that is what we spent on our third grocery haul for February. Let's see what else we had to get for this month. Okay, here we go. This is the last grocery haul of February. We are getting into the last week, so this is it. This is what we're gonna have, and if we're out of something, we're out of something. This is it. So let's go over what we got. So we did get some matcha tea. Going to try and be switching out at least one of my coffees for matcha moving forward. I have a bad habit of drinking like a pot of coffee every day, so we're gonna try and start substituting with some matcha. We did need some coffee though, so we got just one. This will last us the week. Got these new seltzer waters. They are probiotic, 1 gram of sugar. And my plan with this is I am going to start trying to drink pomegranate juice each day, and I'm going to mix it with a can. So 1 cup of pomegranate juice mixed with 1 can of these once a day. And then we have some grapes on my meal plan list this week. Is either broccoli grape salad or doing like a chicken salad with chicken and mayonnaise, and I like putting grapes in my chicken salad. And then we have some edamame. I've been doing some research and listening to some podcasts and YouTube videos, and I'll leave a link right up here for the one that I'm referencing with Dr. Lee, and great health information. Edamame is one of the key items, one of the key ingredients he recommends adding into your diet. I'm a little on the fence about soy, but I do like edamame, so that's a better snack than Oreo cookies. And then we needed some celery because we are almost out of that. I did get 2 crowns of broccoli. My broccoli is going bad in the fridge, so I need to use that up. And like I said, this might go into a salad of some sort. I did get some avocados because I didn't go grocery shopping at BJ's today. I wasn't able to get the avocados in the little to-go packs. So I did get some avocados though, because I am really liking that lately. We got some tomatoes, a variety. We got some big ones. I'm thinking BLTs are in our future, since we got some of the bacon from my parents with our pigs. We just got that today, so BLTs are in the future, as well as sauteing up some little cherry tomatoes in some sort of pasta dish maybe, or a chicken dish. We were just about out of honey, so I did need to get some honey. I have some kiddos that have been asking for cereal, and we do not eat cereal hardly ever, so this is just more of a treat. Here we have some cans. We've got cannellini, black bean, and then I've got some coconut milk. So beans were also another item that Dr. Lee had suggested. Coconut milk because I plan to make a Thai curry or a pad Thai type of dish. We're going to use with that. Along with our bacon, we got some quote-unquote deli meat from my parents. So we don't like to eat big hams, even ham steak. It just, I don't know, it's not a thing, but we will eat sandwich ham. And so they sliced some of our ham to be more like deli sandwich ham, except without all of the glue and filler and whatnot. So I got banana pepper rings, roasted red peppers, and some sub rolls, and I'm thinking we can make our own Subway sandwiches here for a fraction of the cost, and well, maybe not at this point, I don't know. Anyhow, we'll try it out. Anyone else grew up on Sleepy Time vanilla tea? Because this was a blast from the past. Then I got some cacao chocolate. This is another item that Dr. Lee recommends having, and just like a square a day. And he recommended drinking it or eating it while drinking your coffee to create like a mocha, because it is quite bitter. And this was the highest percentage that I could find. 80% is really what you want to be looking for, 80% or higher, but I was not about to grab like a baker's chocolate. Next, we have some green beans, because I do have a couple recipes I'm working on for the blog, and having a side that's a fresh green, like green beans or Brussels sprouts, something like that, is just always photogenically pleasing. Plus, one of my favorite recipes is actually a lemon almond sauteed green bean, my sister's recipe, and it's really good. Kiwis are another thing that Dr. Lee recommended, just having one a day with breakfast. And so I thought that's easy enough. We'll try that. Rice. We were out of rice. So we got this. I got this bag just to hold us over for now, but I do plan to make a bulk purchase of rice sometime in the future. Simple oat milk, simple almond milk. One thing that Dr. Lee did recommend when drinking coffee is to actually use an almond milk instead of dairy creamer, because I guess the dairy connects to the good things in coffee and makes it a lot harder to absorb. I have not really found an almond milk that I super like yet, but this was new at our store, and it's just very basic, clean ingredients for both of these. So figured we would give them a shot, and I know these are not technically creamer, but we're gonna try that, and I could at least use them in my tea at night. Speaking of milk, we did get 2 regular milks for the regular kids, 1 big old thing of oat milk for the baby. That should last a week. I got 2 this week because we got the cereal. Otherwise, I would have only gotten 1. Ramen noodles. This might get paired with some edamame, but one of my kids really loves ethnic and Asian food specifically, so I know he's going to be pretty happy about that when he sees it. Then we got the sub rolls, as I mentioned, and then the Thai peanut sauce. So we may pair this with the ramen noodles. Otherwise, it'll just go with a pasta that we have in the back of the pantry. But that is on the menu this week. They finally have some fresh herbs back at the store. So I grabbed a couple of these before, or at least hold me over until I can get my seeds planted and get those going. I might even just take a couple seeds that I have and start planting them in here so I can get another one going as I use these up. And then we have some yellowfin tuna in olive oil. So again, I'm all on this Dr. Lee thing, but he had some really great information. Figure good things worth trying. It's not gonna hurt to eat fish in olive oil, and I don't ever eat fish anyhow. So this was the only one at my store that is packed in olive oil. Do you guys have more than one brand packing in olive oil? Because this was all I could find. So I'm not sure if this is wild caught or, oh wait, yes, dolphin safe. Let's see. Yes, dolphin safe, wild caught. Perfect. So we're gonna do this. I used to really like making tuna fish sandwiches on toasted bread with mayonnaise and onions, raw onions. And that's all I would put in it, maybe a little salt and pepper. Really delicious. This is my coffee creamer and pomegranate juice, as I mentioned earlier. So for today's grocery haul, we spent $228.46. That doesn't prove that prices are going up. I don't know what does, because that is just astronomical ridiculous. But that is it for our grocery haul for February. So our total price is right here. That is what we spent for the month as a family of 8 in the state of Maine, eating some convenience food, some healthy food. We're all about finding a balance and figuring out what works for us. As I say all the time, most of the time you either have money or you have time. You don't usually have both at the same time. So figure out what works for your family. If you need to budget time or you need to budget finances, either way, I'm here to help you do both. And if you like this video, then YouTube thinks you're probably going to like this one next. Go ahead and click it and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.